Los Angeles and Hollywood in particular has kind of a reputation for being looser than other parts of the world. You know, have you ever? You know what I'm?
You mean sex? You mean?
Yeah.
Oh God. Well, I mean,
Have you ever?
I heard, I read, you know, this Sharon was, forget about it. I couldn't. I mean, she was too athletic. I just I didn't know what to do. You know, I tried to catch up. I read those books. You know, those positions. 3009. You're in a bunk bed. Your wife's holding a candelabra. You know, kind of. Like, it's too much. You know, I'm gonna write a manual, and it'll probably. I don't know what I would call it. Probably, you know, it'd be. Ow! You're on my hair. That would be the name of the. I'm on the flight, and there's a little baby. And it's like we're not taking off yet, and we go over, and this baby was like a Gerber baby. Forget about it. It's beautiful, beautiful baby. And I went over like everybody else, like everybody almost took like a bakery ticket. Hello, little baby. Hi, little cutie. Hi, little cabbage. You know, whatever you say to a baby. I had some baby ad-libs, you know. And, everything was cool, and then we take off in this schlock airlines, and as soon as that fasten your seatbelt light came on, the baby, it went into like some kind of primal scream. It was like for 4 hours. I don't know how long it took to get here. It seemed like 4 hours. So I had this headache for 4.5 hours. The baby was shrieking for 4 hours, and everyone on the plane, all the passengers, they turned into like a coven, like a witch's coven. It was like Rosemary's Baby. It was like burn the child, burn the child. If I can't live alone. In fact, I tried to get a roommate. I went to a computer place. So I go to this roommate place, and this woman sitting opposite me, I gave the check to the guy, you know, and I said, well, what do you do? She says, I'm 35, and I'm quiet, and I work for UNICEF, all these wild things, you know. And I said, great. Mm-hmm. Move into some schlocky, horrible apartment in Westwood, furnished joint, you know. I just needed company, you know.
Right.
And the first night, she's typing, it's quiet. This could be heaven. You know, no commitment. Forget commitment. No knowing anything, you know. Mm-hmm. And I knock on the door. I go, Helene, I'm going to get some chicken. What do you want? The backs, the wings, whatever you want. No big deal. It's on me a first night. She turns around. She goes, your mother lives in hell. And her head spun around. And I missed a best friend surprise party Sunday. And it's really aggravating. It's almost ruined the whole weekend because and he couldn't tell me because he didn't know. You know what I mean? So not very profound, but it's bothering me. You know, if he was a good friend, he could have maybe known psychically that he had a surprise party. So, you know what? I asked his wife what happened. She was very upset, and she sent me this, you know, invitation. I never came. I swear it never came. You know, she doesn't believe it. Because, you know, I'm 20 cents now to first class. You know, what does that mean? What's third class? You have me strap a letter on the back of a mental patient and he wanders aimlessly through the country. I've been trying all these new diets out there because it's very health-oriented out in L.A. Yeah. And I had this Inquirer thing. I was paying for some cereal the other day, and by the register they had these, I don't know what it is, the Inquirer, whatever, one of those. That like kind of a new diet was like a headline, kind of stupid, you know. It was like, lose 5 pounds and communicate with the dead. You know, it was like, yeah. And I am not going to do that diet. Because quite frankly, I had enough trouble with my alive relatives. But dead relatives, it'd be history for me because in fact, I'm frightened that one day they are going to come back. It's really a problem I have.
Really? Worried about the relatives?
Well, if they're dead and they come back on a whim one night, it would be a nightmare, you know? It's like I have a little poster on my bed. Wherever I move, I always have little rules for the dead. I don't feel it's a mistake. Well, I have 2 rules. 2 rules and regulations. Right over the bed. I really dread them coming back. First of all, I feel that they cannot walk. I have to stand up because...
Please do you.
No way should they... They're not allowed to walk like this. None of this. None of that. No. So I broke up during the Jewish holidays. You know, New Year's, you know, it's Rosh Hashanah. By the way, I don't have to date Jewish women, but this ex of mine was so humiliating. In front of my mother, she called Rosh Hashanah Benny Hanna. Can you believe this? Can you believe this? You know? So I go to temple. I'm not very religious, and it's really beyond reform. This, you know, I mean, I was trying to pray. I guess I don't know. I was trying to pray, and in the middle of the sermon, the congregation they broke out in a wave. I couldn't believe this. I was dating an actress, and
you date a lot of actresses.
Well, you know, I don't run into like lumberjacks out there. You know, it's like I wish I did. I wish I did. They're all you know. We're talking about this backstage.
You'd go out with a lumberjack.
Yes, if she was a nice person, you know.
Right.
But this woman was a crazy actor. Like, during foreplay, she made at least 3 business calls, okay? It was like totally involved in herself, and I had a big problem, actually. she had this, this drug lithium. People take it because their moods get up and down, you know. Someone applauded for lithium, one of the great. And I'd be walking with her on a date. She'd say, take me to a funeral. No, I want to go to a luau. You know, it was like up and down.
Now, when you were a child, did you feel a lot of love from your family, your mom and dad and so forth?
Yes, I really did. There was a number of things. They gave a lot of presents and stuff, and also advice. Although I couldn't hear most of the advice because my mother would hoover with the vacuum constantly. And in the middle of the greatest conversation with my father, let's say you're my father, you know, Dad, this sexual woo, she'd come right in on that. I never spoke to my father because of the hoover, and he gave advice, although it was a little embarrassing. He would obligatory advice. You know, I come home from school with these ridiculous pieces of information like, hey, Dad, why can't I kill a praying mantis, you know? I mean, I heard that in second grade.
Yeah.
And he said, I don't know, to help catch kidnappers, you know? And I used to go to shrinks in New York. It was like shrinks, it was good. But LA, there's a billion types. You know, they have like psychotherapy by Danielle out there, you know? And, such a rip-off. Underwater therapy with snorkels, with your family under the pool there. You know, how do you feel about that? It just bubbles, you know what I mean? I have some sexual resolutions, quite frankly. Boy, I have to see Ruth. I think I might go to her when I'm here because...
Well, what would the resolutions...
Well, first of all, you know, performing and all that stuff, sexual... First of all, I think premature ejaculation takes the pressure off of performing in bed, quite frankly. And number two, I feel, and she's discussed this many times, orgasm is so interesting to me. No one really knows what it is. I'm in bed, and this woman, I had no idea what to expect at any moment. You bring the explosives. Oh, I don't know. I forgot everything. You know what I mean? Position 9A, I'm in bed. She has to drive in the bedroom with a recreational vehicle. You know what I'm saying? So we're finally making love, and then she starts shrieking. The whole neighborhood was like an air raid. You missed my G-spot. You missed my G-spot. You know, I was so glad to be in bed. Now I have to parallel park now, you know? I mean, we get to this jungle lane, whatever it is. The animal, it must have been dead day, the day we went there. I don't know if you ever gone. The animals were just sleeping. They were just dozed off. And you're like a million miles away. Here's what the lion looked like. It was like, this is what I saw. This is what the lion looked like, you know, from my car.
Yeah.
And my nephew got upset because he wasn't seeing any wild animals. He rolled down the window. He's 3 years old, and he screamed at the lions. Your wife's a slut. He's like screaming at these lions. So... The lion got upset. He was reading a novel or something, you know? He walks over to the car, and he goes, rah, 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 like a comic, you know, like, read my lips, okay, rah. That's it. It's a joke, a nightmare joke until, with baboons.
Yeah.
Baboons
there also.
The best. Like, they jump on your car. Woo! You know, it's a real treat for you and the little tyke, you know, until they turn around, they moon you for about an hour 45 minutes. It is the most disgusting moment. I can't have sex anymore. I am turned off. I can't. I tried to kill him. I put the wipers on in the car, you know. And the baboon does a little dance there, you know. And this woman was dragging me to weddings. I mean, and all these weddings were driving me nuts. The last one, 2 weeks ago, it was so boring. The violinist and the flautist, they stopped playing. They said they claimed they ran out of classical music. That's what they said. And I didn't want to get married now with her. She was wrong for me. And she, you know, that bouquet ceremony, they throw the thing. She put stickum on her hands, and she would always leak, you know.
Yeah.
First of all, I have this turtle. These little teeny-weeny turtles, they're suicidal. And I was trying, because I have that little, you know, they put them in that little palm tree, whatever they come in.
Sure.
And I've had about 12 and they all die because they're so fragile. I mean, a friend come over, don't shake it, he's dead. You can't, you shake. I brought my cleaning home, a little lint fell into the thing. He hung himself immediately. 2 weeks ago, I'm on the road somewhere.
You travel a lot, you work a lot.
Oh, God, you know, and there's Halley's Comet.
It's Halley's now.
It is now. I thought, and I felt like, what a moron.
Yeah.
I'm your age. I'm my age. We're everybody's age. And I'm going around for 37 years. Did you say Halley's or Halley's? What did you say? I'm curious.
I say Halley's.
We say it now, Halley's.
I'm afraid to talk. I'm afraid to go across the street. Give me a slice of
Used to
pizza
be
with
Halley's.
anchovies. You mean a sluice of pizza with anchovies? Is that gonna happen? Is that gonna happen now?
Can I ask you about your sex life? Is that under control?
It's not under control because the woman I broke up with, first of all, I think she cheated on me. And it was so embarrassing to me because one night she came back and she had like a couple of little lines on her back, like a little scratch mark. Hey, come on, hey, uno momento here, you know, what happened? You know, and she literally said to me, straight face, I fell on a rake, you know, and I want to see the fight in person. I love the fights.
You're a
and,
boxing fan.
I am, and last time I saw the Hagler fight, I just can't watch. I can't stand how they. I like to see the fight.
Yeah.
I don't want to see like all these entertainment people coming on like in the middle of nowhere. You know, like, hey, what a controversial round. Let's see what Shari Lewis and Lamb Chop have to say about it. Hey, well, you know what? You know.
Did they have preliminary matches?
Well, forget about it. First of all, they don't show them on TV.
Yeah.
The fights are the worst. They stop them way prematurely because refs are so frightened now.
Yeah,
God
well,
forbid,
sure. That's not a bad idea.
They go, who's Fred Travelina? I don't know. It's over. It's over. They do that kind of stuff. You know.
How's your mom? How's your family when you come this way? I know you spend some time with them, and that's usually it's tough for you sometimes. Huh?
Well, it's a pleasure. You know, I have it's Mother's Day coming up,
Sure.
as you well know, and
Yeah.
my lawyer now is drafting a Mother's Day card. I should get I want to feel good about myself. You know what I'm saying?
Well, who doesn't? Sure.
I know, but I'm a hypochondriac because I'm the grandparents, and I guess I just don't know what to do. I don't know what to do with these. Sexually, I'm doomed.
Really?
I'm doomed sexually. No, I swear to God, I'm doomed. There was too much pressure with this last woman. She was a jogger, and she was a 10K runner, and she just, in bed, it was just like, I just sort of felt like she wanted to have a simultaneous yabba dabba do. That's what she wanted to have. And yet I thought, well, yeah, at the same time. Then she wanted a photo finish, which was unbelievable. And then I had to resort to, here we go, orgasm, here we go. I had to do like a whole kind of, I did Hollywood Squares. I figured I'd tell you before you told me. I knew you'd send me a letter. I was on with Howdy Doody. It's on next week. Obviously, they care, you care,
we
the
all
band's
care.
sleeping now.
Yeah.
I mentioned Howdy Doody. I'll say right now, it was a frightening thing because first of all, he's not a well puppet. I don't know if you know that or not. I was sitting next to Howdy in the square. In the square.
Oh, you and Hattie had the same square.
Did you think I was thrilled about that?
Yeah.
Knowing you'd watch, knowing you got that telegram, that duty telegram the next day, saw you with Howdy. I know I'm just like, he has like wooden liver spots running up his leg there. No. Now, I'm old now. I don't know what to do. I'm a hypochondriac. How do you go out if you meet somebody in a bar? I'm not a sexist. I want to feel good. If you fall in love instantaneously, what do you say? Look, you're attractive. I feel this is going to work out for us, but do you have anything at all that rhymes with werpies? I'm just curious. Yeah, I'm not a kinky person sexually, but you put a lot of pressure in bed.
Well, that's a mistake.
I don't want to have pressure while I
No,
make
of course you
I don't
don't.
want to hear a woman say, "Gentlemen, start your engines." You know what I mean? Right? And then the orgasm became like competitive. You know, like I have an orgasm, I go, "King me." You know, I can't even be alone anymore. I'm afraid, and don't turn your face to this, because this people they'll understand. I talk myself out of masturbation. I say to myself, "Can I just be friends with myself?" That's what I say to myself.
You're goofy.
I'm good.
Yeah. You go from one little thing to another,
Which-
and then you start talking about your
Which,
shoes.
by the way, I know you meant that. In Yiddish, goofy means quite a man. I don't know if you knew that. But between the belt and the region, I'm sorry, because, you know, you get a little timid. Not timid, that's the wrong word. I have no vocabulary. You're a bright man.
I just don't
I
like.
don't want to waste my shot now, Dave. Please, we're going to have a fight
Like
now.
now, it's my fault that you're wasting your
No.
shot. You bring up this nonsense, and
You know
it's
why?
my fault.
You know, look, you know I never get angry, but if I get angry, you know, and I do because I love you, but I'll go to the tie and I'll waste the entire show. Because oh, see? Oh, no. Stop it. I beg of you. Because that'll get his ire. Is it ire or wrath? I'm not sure. Although it does look like a sort of an aerial view of a sperm bank. I'm not sure what this is. Oh, come on, Dave. You have great taste. You dress impeccably. But the whole point is,
And
between
what kind of a tie would go with this lovely little outfit here?
I don't know, maybe
you put any tie on there, you look like a stretch of highway.
Here's the thing, what I've learned. There are reasons to stay away from bad relationships, really. 'Cause now I'm in a good one, I hope.
Stay away from the bad ones is what
Well,
you're
you
saying.
don't know.
You never know. Yeah.
I should have known. This
Yeah.
woman before, the woman I care about now, she insisted on having intercourse only with a raven on her shoulder. Isn't that reasonable?
Should have been a tip off.
And we would walk down like in a mall, and
Yeah.
parents would shield their kids' eyes. I mean, you know, so they, you know,
Wouldn't see her.
Oh, exactly.
Yeah.
Thanks for helping me out.
Sure, do whatever I can.
But then sexually, I mean, she had over the bed like this one of these, like a European, like a symbol. She had a penis with a line through it. Isn't that reasonable? no.
Big red circle and a slash mark through it is what you're saying?
Well, she just didn't want. I mean, and during after her orgasm, she said, "Take that," which is, you know what I'm saying? Is that good?
I don't think that would be, no.
I
Not a positive sign from where I sit.
I think she was promiscuous. She had like a little triangle there, and before we made love, she went, "Come and get it," which I felt was a bad sign. You know, and then she
like
cheated.
Hop Sing on Bonanza when dinner was ready?
What is this? Like, what are you, Gorbachev? I don't know. You're like doing like you're interpreting jokes.
I just.
No, but it's bad. No, but I meant that affectionately. Please, he won't get it. We're in counseling together. We'll work it out. But the thing is, we're in bed.
I suited up. I thought I'd like to get into the game.
Oh, but I come 3,000 miles for you. You don't have. I want you to relax. You're under tremendous.
You want me to relax?
You want me to relax? You're under tremendous.
Oh, man!
Every day.
Man, you're full of transmission fluid, and you want me to relax.
When you're here every day, Dave, I happen to care about you.
You're going 1,000 miles an hour.
So let's say I want an enema. Let's say I want to sleep. Look at this. No. No. It's not sick. It's not sick. People get, you know, I haven't gone to the, I had problems when Humphrey lost. See the grimace? Can't you freeze frame on the grimace?
No, but see,
because I'm a human being. I'm a man.
But do we
I'm
need
42.
to...
No, I'm not doing it to... It's not even a question of entertainment. It's a question of just sharing with a friend.
Well, no, there's no question about the entertainment value there. No, sir.
Anyway, forget the enema stuff.
No, you can't just...
I don't want to...
No, now you're committed. You have to finish the enema stuff.
No, it just... So I had to buy this because I didn't feel well, but I saw these three people going, "That's Richard Lewis from Anything But Love."
He's constipated.
And he's buying enemas.
Right.
So rather than just be like a regular person, "Can I have 3 enemas, please? I have to go. I'm waiting for the bus." I had to make it like a punchline. I went, "I'll have 3 enemas." Ha ha ha! I had to like make it like it was like a big joke.
Sure, yeah.
Because now I can't even be myself anymore.
Yeah.
Which is, I'm not happy about that. Plus, I need a charity. I need a charity.
Got to get a charity.
I have one now.
We have to go to commercial. Let me ask you a question.
No. Commercial? Really? You know I adore you.
Richard,
You made my career.
Let me ask you one question.
If this has anything to do with Yom Kippur or sexuality, I'm going to take a walk.
The enemas didn't work, did they?
Does your tie go with the jacket, though? Can we discuss the tie?
All right.
You know, I never mock you because you know that we're both very sensitive, vulnerable men.
Yeah, okay.
But I have to, but I care about your clothes. And actually, it does go.
That's right. And I guess this is what, for shooting skeet? Is that... You have to have a special jacket with the sleeves so you can pull!
I save 8 hours if I'm alone, if during masturbation.
Right.
I don't drive to Queens, shower, boom.
Right.
I get...
Oh, I see.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I read the Red Badge of Courage now. I study a loom. I know how to throw pots now. I have a potter's wheel in my
that's
bed.
good.
You know
a lot more productive free time.
Much more productive. If masturbation just frees up your life, quite frankly. But I have such low self-esteem, I don't even allow myself to masturbate unless I promise myself that afterwards that I will take myself to a dinner and a show, which I feel is... Hey, Times Square, good luck to you. But I have fear of commitment. Do you? I'm talking to people who just cracked a guy over the skull with a knife. I don't think I've really told her that how much I feel. I have this intimacy thing. I've had it for my whole life. I mean,
You're worried about commitment.
I am. I'm hoping she finds out I love her through word of mouth. You know what I mean? But, this woman didn't want me. We had phone sex when I was on the road. She put me on hold, which I thought...
That's not good.
During intercourse, she said I was blocking her view, this woman told me. Last week, I had a fake erection. I haven't done it my whole life. That's true. But I don't even know what I want. My penis is in the shape of a question mark anyway. I went out with some model a couple of months ago, Listen, I don't want to be it down here, but there's all these moments, and I went to college in the '60s, and you think of Martin Luther King and a tragedy and Robert. She's saying, well, where were you when when Facts of Life wasn't renewed? Crap like that, I can't relate to this crap.
How is your sex life? Is that good?
Let me just tell you something. My libido is hidden somewhere in a crypt in Egypt. Here's the deal. We have good sex, and if our parents are watching, look, we're adults.
Yeah.
I'm not going to bring puppets out and do it. But the problem, after 50, look, I asked my shrink this. I said, I'm not doing it like I used to be an animal, you know. But I just, and you know, she's great, but once I put my head on her bosoms, I become like a 5-year-old, and I start sleeping.
Yeah.
I have a bad disc.
Yeah.
So I got a prescription from my back doctor. This is how bad I am in bed now. I actually had to give it to her, that I am not allowed to be on top. I have to be on the bottom. And, you know, when you're making love and you go, no sudden moves, no sudden moves. And first of all, my therapist was 15 years. When a therapist, like, dozes off, dozes off,
right.
Then she wanted me to do impressions.
What?
Impressions of my problems like other comedians that she liked over me. And I said, you know what? I've had it. I'm committed. I'm sober. I'm marrying this woman. I walk out of the office. No more therapy. I'm getting in the car, and I see this really hot babe in the car. Babe, Yiddish means woman of the earth. It's not a sexist thing. And it triggered the sex addiction. And I went, this is like Wilshire Boulevard. I went like 1,000,000 miles an hour. It was like a NASCAR. Like, I'm a Jew. I thought NASCAR was a yeast infection, to be honest with you for a while. But I was driving like a racer, and I didn't know if I was going to cheat. This was when I wasn't married yet, but I don't know what I was going to do, but I had to see this woman. There were tinted windows. And I stopped at the red light, and what are the odds? The window goes down, and it's my girlfriend. I'm picking up my own girlfriend, okay? I mean, so I went to some rock and roll guy. I think it was Keith Richards, of all people.
Richards,
yeah. Let me just say what he said to me. He says, marry her, marry her. I mean, if you pick up your own girlfriend, I mean, that's it. But I was in the dressing room, and Keith, you know, legendary junkie, no more, thank God. And I reached for some cheese, and my wife was with me, and Keith, and these guys all know, he slapped my hand. I went, Keith, and went, Red Jay, again with that. Yeah. Red Jay, don't eat cheese, it's bad for your cholesterol. All right? Now, Keith is my nutritionist now. That's how low it's got.
We used to go to the clubs in Los Angeles, the Improv, and you'd go on like at 12:30 at night, 1 in the morning, and
11.
And I would wait for you. Well, you would come on after everybody had kind of done their little set and working out their stuff, and we would all wait for you, and we'd wait in the back, and when you would go on stage, and even then you would have your little notes with you.
Yeah, because I write all the time.
And you'd go up there and you'd say, oh, I'm sorry, I can't remember. And then you'd put it on, you had a little stool up there, and you'd bang on the stool.
Vegas concerts?
Nothing was funnier. That was the funniest few moments of the whole weekend when you would come on.
Well, thank you. You know, that's very sweet of you. The deal is because I write things on every
All right,
second.
let's try it tonight without the notes, just as a kind of a little test.
No.
I wouldn't do that to you.
I don't care. What do I give you? You know, I want to almost say it again.
No, don't say it again.
Let's just see if you can ask me a question without notes. That's what it is. I couldn't even find CBS anyway, and I'm on Fox.